Hey. So that was close.
Yeah, a lot closer than was originally expected.
Yeah. So what do we got? Mafia versus Merlin the Wizard. Do you know anything about Merlin?
I do not, actually. But one thing that I do know is I think Mafia has only lost to, I want to say, 2 Marths in this region, and they are Zoso and Calvar.
Right. They're both really, really solid Marths.
I do not know if Makari has taken a set off of Mafia yet, but
I don't know that.
I don't think so. But yeah, so Mafia is pretty practiced in this matchup.
He has some pretty impressive Marth wins, right? I mean, he's got a pretty solid record on Moon, I think.
Yeah, he did take out Moon at one event. I don't remember what it was.
That was amazing. Like you could just see from his approaches and the times he chooses. Oh my God, that's it. The times he chooses to approach and times he chooses not to approach. He's really aware of what Marth can do. And,
yeah, he's just weaving in and out of Merlin's space.
Yeah.
And he's forcing Merlin to commit when in actuality he doesn't really have to.
Right. And even just his spacing around some things that other peaches might have trouble around, Marth's dash dance grab. He got it there, but there were other instances where Mafia clearly avoided it. And I just think that's really it's really gonna show, unless Merlin can pull something out.
I know this isn't part of the conventional wisdom, but I think Merlin should be crouch canceling a little bit more. See right there when he got hit by that dash attack? You can just crouch cancel and grab it.
I totally agree. I feel like it's only really risking crouch canceling if you're at down smash range, because they're not usually just gonna run up and down smash, right? Ooh.
Or in Mafia's case, he really likes back air. If you crouch cancel a back air, then you get down smash. That's his main setup for how he gets down
He can definitely FC back air into
but
down smash.
But I feel like when
if they're running at you from the front, right?
You can just crouch cancel.
You can stuff a lot. Right now, obviously, it's a little late because he's past. Conventionally, it's 40, right? I'm sure you can do it a little bit longer when you're Peach, but
yeah, I don't know if Merlin's too familiar with this matchup because
he's throwing out a lot of moves, and that's not really what you're supposed to do against Peach. You're just supposed to prevent her. From what I know, you're supposed to make it so that she feels threatened to pull turnips, right? And I don't feel like that's what we're seeing.
Well, I feel like he's getting the neutral openings,
right?
And he's getting the grabs, but he's just not converting off of them the way that you're supposed to. There were a few times when he'd forward throw, Mafia would DI in, and that's when you nair.
Right.
But instead he tries to go for a dash attack and then whiffs, and then Mafia starts capitalizing. One of Mafia's strongest attributes as a player is his punish game.
Right.
So you don't want to give him unnecessary openings like that.
So you're saying you either have to outplay Mafia in the neutral so much, or make your punishes as strong as his. If you're gonna beat it. Yeah, I can see that.
And I think in the case of Marth doesn't necessarily have those guaranteed kills on Peach. They're more like 50-50s.
Right.
So you have to outplay Peach in the neutral a lot more, but because you play Marth, then that's a lot easier. So, and that's generally where the advantage in this matchup comes from.
Okay, when Peach is doing this,
yeah, this is where Peach wants to be.
Yeah. So I wonder why you picked FD.
You pick FD because when Peach is above you, she has nowhere to land.
Right.
Once Peach loses her float, she loses it until she gets grounded again. And of course, same goes for a double jump. So as Marth, you want to just get Peach in the air once, and then just never have her land ever.
Right. So the correct throw would have been up, you think, after he gets a grab, or do you think you still go for side throw?
I think he could. I actually think that forward throw and down throw are good mix-ups.
Right.
I think it's better to have Peach off stage than to have her
above you. Right.
Because there's so much mix-up she can do with her float and everything.
Right.
But having her above you isn't so bad, and it is only emphasized on FD.
That movement. That was amazing.
If anybody's familiar with when Mango went Peach, or when Mango went Marth against Mafia on it, or not Mafia,
Armada
on FD.
Right.
Then Mango was mainly just staying grounded.
He made it very difficult for Mafia for Armada to get turned up.
I know that the Freudian slip is getting
it's just because
us.
they use the same color, and they when they get a hit, they look so damn good. So it's like
they're very punish heavy peaches, and I feel like that's where the similarities end because I think Mafia, while he's a very strong player, I don't feel like he's as disciplined as Armada.
Very different playstyles in general, right? I mean, like
he's very aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. Armada's more calculated, and like that's like I feel like there are two kinds of peaches, and Mafia find himself like somewhere really in the middle between those two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's not going in all the time because he's not an idiot. So
exactly.
He's pulling turnips when he's gotta, but when it comes down to it, he just wants to hit the other guy and take him off the stage.
Who doesn't, right? It's like he makes his hits hurt a lot.
This is the part that most Marth struggle with, which
killing
is
the peach.
Yeah, the 180 mark. Like
there it is.
That's the only, and see how he took 38% for it, and like another stock.
Is there a more efficient way instead of just fishing for the 1,000 needles cactuar thing?
You want to go for the 1,000 needles when they're floating or when they're in the air, so they can't crouch cancel.
Do you think maybe after you get the side throw, he should just neutral air instead of forward air? Because he's not getting a lot out of.
Okay, so you see that forward throw that he just did?
Right.
You can pivot forward smash there, and it would have tippered.
Oh God.
You gotta play really careful when.
The thing to do, I think, when Peach has a bomb, is to run up right next to her. That's maybe not. Yeah.
Well, not when she has a lead.
No, not when she has a lead, but like in a situation where it's like you both clearly don't want to lose that stock. I think that's what you should do.
See how that juggle just completely went wrong, and he kind of like he went for an aerial, Mafia landed, and then immediately started going in.
Okay.
So Marth also gets destroyed when Peach is under
nice
him.
Up to it.
And
from what I'm seeing, he's really good at playing the anti-air game with Mafia.
Yeah, Mafia is good. Mafia is good at taking advantage of people being in bad spots, and I think Merlin kind of put himself in bad spots more often than he was allotted, because like you can only put yourself in a bad spot so many times before